Um, well, let's go ahead and cast it. I wasn't expecting this. We saw them play, and this is so the winner of this goes to The Hague, and the loser is also coming, but as a fan.
Yep.
Yeah, all right, let's do it. On the bottom right hand side, we have from clan Maegis from Game of Thrones. It is gonna be Moonrise, and at the top side,
Top side is going to be occupied by Darkomicron.
there we go. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Both of these players played excellent games um, already today on stream, and yeah, we're gonna have to see. Who do you think is gonna take this bell, the Zerg or the Protoss?
Um, I'd have to give the edge to Darkomicron. I mean, Moonrise, his play versus, I mean, in the previous matches has not been as solid as he needs versus a player of Darkomicron's caliber. I feel like, his builds were not that solid. They felt more like being improvised a little bit, sort of made on the fly, so not as solid. And Darkomicron is a guy that is quite the opposite. From what I've seen, he has his builds practiced. He always does the same thing. He does a little adjustments here or there, but he always gets, for example, he always gets +1 armor, then +1 attack in TvP, and while he's getting +1 attack, he gets the Twilight Council and the second Forge. He's not doing 2 Forge builds, and he loves his Stargate opening. He opened up Stargate, I think, in every single series apart from the 4-gate failed kind of all-in on Whirlwind. So
Yep. We do have on the other side a temple. I think it is temple. Yeah, temple.
yeah, it is.
Being started. The links will pop out by Moonrise, and right now Darkomicron already has the forge down on the low ground. Good decision on that. Also a gateway coming up and an extra pylon to wall it off as good as possible. The cannon also being constructed. This is going to be a little bit of a clutch defense for Darkomicron because this is a really, really big ramp. I can imagine that
I think he's going to be just
Moonrise
fine.
went for this. What?
I think he's going to be just fine. He's just, there we go, another gateway to wall that off, and maybe another one here. He does have.
Yeah, it's a lot of buildings. It's a lot of buildings being constructed to hold this off. Now Moonrise scouts this, sees the cannon will finish up, and then he will cancel the gateway after that. Yep, good decision making by Darko, but he needed 2 gateways, a forge, and a pylon to hold it off. Yeah.
Basically, what this does is it delays the expansion for the Protoss greatly. You don't have to run by with the links into the main. If you do, then it's not you being successful; it's the Protoss messing up, basically. But the fact that he has to build all these buildings here means that his expansion is going to be greatly delayed, and that's the only thing you practically want. Darkomicron just holding position with that probe, making sure no links get past, and as a result you can see only 1 gas being taken, not double gas, so it slows down your tech as well. The hatchery will finish just only a little bit later than it normally does, and it looks like Moonrise is going to be taking a very fast third as well, because he knows there is no kind of pressure that Omicron can be putting his way.
Yep. Darkomicron also cancelled that other gateway, made a cybernetic score instead of that. Also very, very standard. He is making a Zealot to wall it off, but so far I can't really see what he is going for. Like you said, his builds are really refined. He's an excellent player. And Moonrise, I think after doing that temple, isn't ahead at all by doing that. Did delay the expansion, but also delayed his own expansion, of course. Now, one good thing is he has some Zerglings on the map. And he also catches that probe on the right-hand side, but I think it was just there to prevent the third base. Yep.
Which it is not going to do, but at least the probe knows that the third has gone down. So, actually, the expansion for the Zerg, yes, it was later, but in relation to the Protoss, it was ahead. Usually, when you go, like when a Protoss goes for a Forge Fast expand and the Zerg goes for a 15 or 14 pull into a hatch, his hatchery is ahead by 10 seconds maybe if you don't block it. And this hatchery was ahead by 50 seconds, maybe. So, it's 1 production cycle of larva that you get as a Zerg. So, and you delay the Protoss tech. So it's I think it's a good trade-off. One thing one thing of note that imagine the Zerg going for an 8 pool instead of a 10 pool.
Hmm.
He would have had the links in the main base. And he would
Yep.
have delayed the expansion even more because the Protoss most probably would be forced to make a cannon in the main. There's almost no way you can hold on this big of a ramp if it's an 8 pool.
No, but if you go gateway first, it's gonna be really good for you. But if
Oh,
you
that is
go
true.
for if you go for force first expand like Darkomicron did on this occasion, then yeah, you're gonna be in a little bit of trouble at the beginning of the game. You can still micro out of it with probes quite easily because usually the
Uh-huh.
Zerg doesn't fully commit to it anyway.
But you're gonna lose so much.
You're gonna lose the forge.
Yeah.
Yep.
So speed going down, lair going down as well, so relatively fast lair. Let's see what the drone count is at. 49 versus 38 probes. Gateway tech is finished though, and Darkomicron is looking to take a looking to take a third base. Good decision, I have to say.
Yeah, really good decision. He's also moving out across the map with the mothership core, trying to get a little bit of information. With the lack of anti-air units from the Zerg at the early game, this is something you can do very safely as a Protoss. You can see what's going on. You have to just avoid getting too much shots off by the Queen. You can also throw the green slime called Time Warp on top of your opponent and delay mining a little bit. So it's really good using the mothership core that way. I like that. He's also grabbing a third base of his own, and he seems to be going for the macro game.
Looks like it. Hydra then going down. This is very interesting, as well as a Spire. Oh, look at the Spire!
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. I love it. I love this Spire.
Someone's been watching WCS.
Yeah, but it's inspiring. I mean, people usually do builds where you're like, oh, it's really cool. I've seen it before. I've even seen it in Wings of Liberty. People hiding buildings with pooping, and it's just so cool. Like, he's doing a Phoenix Scout. He's not gonna see the Spire, but he is gonna see the Hydra then, I think. And then he's like, oh, it's Hydras, and then there's Mutas in his base. Really cool.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of links being produced at this time. And we are getting +1 carapace as the first upgrade out of that Evo Chamber. So he certainly wants these links to be able to stick around a little bit longer versus the Zealots. He will need +2 carapace though for those links to have that an effect. Wait, +3 even. Okay.
Ooh,
so
that mothership core actually scouted the Spire.
what? Really?
That mothership core actually scouted the Spire there.
Are you kidding me? Did he?
Yep,
Did he notice?
Yep, he saw the Spire and the Golden Shower on top of it.
Well, if
And
he
that is gonna-
noticed, then
Yep.
he's not reacting to it. He's not getting bling. He's not getting Stargates. He's continuing to get Colossi. Oh my God! I mean, if he only looks at the minimap, he might mistake it. He might mistake that for the Overlord, unless he actually looks at his screen. What's there? So. Oh, he's getting Colossi. He's getting
Yeah, he
now.
didn't
Right
know.
now, he's getting Blink, but I feel it's a little bit too late. First Mutas should be in production very shortly here. Nice force fields though, preventing those links getting in, but I think this is going to be just very difficult for him to hold off. He's getting cannons at his third base near the mineral line. He's getting one. No, he's not actually. And
Nope,
the
he's
Mutas are
not.
already there, killing the cannon, going for the main base. How many Stalkers do we have out on the 4 Stalkers? Are you kidding me? Okay, 5 more warped in. I don't think Darkomicron is a very good spot at all.
Nope. It's sad, you know, because he saw it. He saw it going down. And right now he's losing his expansion to Zerglings and a Hydra.
Oh,
Hydra.
the Zergling's killing a Colossi. Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
and a Hydra. There's a Hydra there.
There's a Hydra.
And the Mutas are just gonna be annoying, and there's not enough anti-air to do anything here. I mean, this is just really a smart build by Moonrise.
Oh, you should not
Varying
fight
it up a
versus
little bit.
sentries with Guardian Shield though. It's not the most effective fight you can take.
He's still winning. That's the bad part for Darkomicron right now. Even though he's picking fights he shouldn't do, he just doesn't have enough anti-air. Photon Overcharge gonna help a little bit on the main nexus.
I feel
But
like he's losing these Mutalisks a little bit too needlessly here, but yeah, you're right. The army size, or the army as a whole for Darkomicron is almost non-existent. Moonrise just picking him apart, the supplies showing that he's 40-50 food ahead. And yeah, at this point it's all about not letting the Protoss get a big enough of an army to shove you back. And oh, with these links reinforcements, it's never gonna happen. And I expect we will see GG very, very soon here. There's the G.